Hey there. It's Halloween, and here I am, day 199. I was asked to write a book about Rudy. Actually, not a book, a chapter in a book about movies that inspire us and why. So I didn't really time it, but I spent, I want to say, at least a couple of hours writing this article. Um, Going over it and rewriting it, and started off with the article's called Rudy and Me. All his life he was told he wasn't good enough, smart enough, or big enough. He never considered the size of his heart. The film Rudy was based on a true story, inspiring story of Rudy Rudiger. Growing up, he was expected to work in the steel mill like his father and brother, and he dreamed of playing football for Notre Dame. He didn't dream of being the best, he just dreamed of playing. So anyway, that's how the article starts. And one of the observations when I was doing a little bit more research on writing this was also when it came out. The article came out. Excuse me, the article came out. The article is supposed to come out in the book in January, but anyway, the movie came out in 1993, which is interesting timing wise. Though I knew it was an inspiration, it came out in 1993. My story started in 1992, and I can relate so much to the character. I mean, they did a really good job of pulling out the emotions of the character and making it relatable, which is why we love characters and we love stories, um, because we can relate to the circumstance or the emotions of the stories. So, submitted this. It's supposed to be a shoe-in, but we don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, Nicci will like it. If you're watching, Nicci, sent the article to you on the day of the deadline. And I also wrote, too, that great stories in film matter. They can make a difference. They did for me. I'd like to thank the writers and producers and actors who made Rudy's story resonate with my heart. Timing's important, too. I just mentioned that. And then if you didn't know, as I said on day one of this journey, I was inspired by Rudy creating the movie of his story because he wanted to be a motivational speaker. I'm already a speaker, but having the film come out would obviously probably jumpstart that career to a whole nother stratosphere. But either way, I just feel compelled that inspiration is about what I am and what resonates with my heart. So, timing. Timing and relatability. So, made some progress today, focused on that. Being interesting how all these things are coming together. But I think that's what happens. If you think about it, anyone who's accomplished their dreams, you get help from different sources that you could never ever expect. But those forces seem to be put into play when you actually commit and start making progress towards your goal. So I hope that you do, because you never know, and it might seem like all is lost. Just like I think three times in the movie, Rudy gets a letter of rejection until he finally, the last chance, gets the letter that says he was accepted. But then he had another hurdle to go over. So it was interesting too. And if you remember when we talked about flaws, that the characters had flaws, I realized that it was a very, very subtle scene when he walks into the room with Fortune, who is his mentor, who is the head's groundskeeper at the stadium. He said, "Yeah," he said, "D-Bob noticed I had a learning challenge, and I went and got tested, and turns out I have dyslexia. So they gave me some exercises to work on, and it's really been helping." And it was just such a subtle statement, but that's part of that. He needed to get over that hump in order to improve himself, in order to get accepted for college. And actually coming up with a great idea. This is probably going to be fun. I don't want to I want it to be a surprise for this year's Lady and the Champs. But the program I'm going to do is about your journey, and it's going to document some of what I've learned in this process. But I also think I have a cool idea about delivery, just like I did last year that went over really well. But this is going to be something I've never done before, using some sound effects. Curious? Anyway, so made some progress today. Inspirational characters are great, but without us actually taking the inspiration and applying it, doing something, it's just a good feeling. So make your progress more than just a good feeling. Make some progress today before you go to bed. See you tomorrow. Stage time. Hey.